Hey guys, so we're going to look at indenting in Microsoft Word, and here you can see I have a bunch of paragraphs and I just color coded each paragraph so you can see where we are working at the time. Now the nice thing about indents is that you just have to be in the paragraph that you want to work with. You don't have to go and select the whole paragraph to work with it. As long as you're anywhere inside the paragraph, whatever you're doing with indents will affect that. Now, how do we start with indents? Number one, the most important thing, guys, is make sure that your ruler is visible. You're going to need to have your ruler visible. Now, if you do not see your ruler, you can't see it, you go to View and you switch on the ruler. So normally it might look something like this. So you go to View, switch on the ruler, there's your ruler. Okay, so that's the first thing. Number one, make sure you can see your ruler. Now, indenting. To indent something means to move it, to shift it in one way or another, backwards or forwards, or up or down. We're just going to look at backwards and forwards. Okay, so let's have a look and see here. We have our first paragraph, which is a light green color, and we're going to indent. Now, the reason I said you need your ruler is because the tools that we use initially just for general indentations are on our ruler. Let's have a look. So right here you can see I have these three different objects here above my mouse. I've got this little arrow pointing down, and when I put my mouse on it, it says first line indent. Then I've got one just underneath it, hanging indent, and then I've got another one underneath it, left indent. So that's what those are for. Those are for indenting. And then of course on the right hand side over here there is my right indent. Okay, so now you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of indents sitting on our ruler. So how do they work? Let's see. So for general indenting, this is what we're going to do. Now, the first paragraph, I'm going to show you what a first line indent does. A first line indent, because that's what it is there. First line indent. So as it says, first line. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag that first line indent, and you'll note as I am moving this with my mouse, it indents the first line of that paragraph. It shifts the first line of that paragraph to wherever I tell it to go. So that's a first line indent. Let's have a look at what else we have. So my next paragraph, let's see what a hanging indent does. A hanging indent. So here, I'm not going to go to first line. I'm going to go to underneath that, hanging indent. Click, drag my mouse, and have a look at what's happening now. So now you can see everything except the first line moved. So before I did the first line indent, there it is there, look in my ruler. Okay, and now I did a hanging indent, which means that everything hangs from the first line. So here's the first line and everything sort of hangs from it. I don't know if that's like a T. I don't think that makes any sense. Okay, ignore that. There it is. So it moves just everything but the first line. That's a hanging indent. Okay, let's go to my next paragraph. So the next paragraph, I'm going to show you what a full left indent does. Okay, this indents the whole paragraph. Oh, I said I was going to show you, and I just told you. So let me show you as well. Here we go. There it is there, left indent. Click, drag, and look at that. My whole paragraph is now affected by that. The entire paragraph is now shifted according to where I have dropped it. So next paragraph, what's left for us is my right indent, the right indent, and that of course indents from the right hand side. So go in your ruler all the way to the right hand side. There it is there, a little triangle pointing up. Click and drag, and that is a right indent. And have a look at what I'm doing. Look at that. Okay, so when you see stuff like this, have a look, click inside the paragraph and look in the ruler. The ruler will often tell you a little bit about the formatting that's been used, especially with spacing and things like this. So you could take this last paragraph, for example, and I could indent it, do 3 centimeters that way and do 3 centimeters that way, and put that directly in the middle like that. Look at that. I could apply a first line indent if I wanted to. Okay, and have it look like that. So again, there are a couple of options here, but that is what indenting is all about. If you were told in an exam or a test to indent something, but you were given specific measurements. Okay, specific measurements. Let's just put this back. Let's look at this last paragraph here. So they said indented from the left 2.3 centimeters, exactly 2.3. Now I mean, you could try and guess what 2.3 is, but you can't really see what 2.3 is over there. So this is where we go. Here we are in my paragraph group. Okay, I'm going to click on this to open up some settings, and you can see right over here it says indentation left and right, and there it's 0 centimeters. I can actually type in 2.3 centimeters. If I click OK, exactly 2.3 centimeters. So again, paragraph settings, there's your indentation options, left, right, and then your special ones, hanging indent and first line indent, are also there with measurements if you are given measurements. And that's as easy as I can make it.